Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us for session 2 of our at-home tone program, resistance band program. We had a lot of fun. We went kind of quick the first week. So we're glad that a lot of you are joining us again. And those that are new, welcome. If you missed the first lesson, we sent out the video, so hopefully you watched it. If you have any questions about how to use the bands, how to set up the anchor, and whatnot. So we're gonna get started today. Last week we left off on, we didn't get to the legs and core, so that's where we're gonna start off today. By the way, I'm Greg with Adaptive Adventures, in case we haven't met, and Monica is up top. She'll be fielding questions, and we both work at the Chicago Adaptive Adventures office. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna go through training all of the body using this band system. I'm here to show you what you can do. It's very hard for me to tailor this workout to every single person on this call, but I'm going to do my best to show you different varieties, and hopefully some of these work for you. And that's when I encourage you to actually do this on your own, whatever exercises you like best. So each week we're going to do different exercises for different parts of the body, and then, just create a little exercise booklet of what works best for you and what's most effective. So here we go. We're going to do a light little warm up, just some stretching. I'm going to be in a seated position, and I'm going to show you how to do everything in a seated and a standing position for stretching. It doesn't matter what you do, but we're just going to start with our arm across the chest. We're going to drop that shoulder down, and we're going to hold that for about 10 seconds. All right, let's switch arms. Same thing. Pull it across. You probably want to grip it underneath the elbow if you can. Drop that shoulder and just hold it there. Next, let's raise up our arm, bend it at the elbow, and lightly pull back. Pull down on your elbow. It really doesn't need too much resistance here, just a little bit. You should feel a nice stretch right on the tricep. All right, let's switch arms. We're gonna go left, grab by the elbow, and we're gonna pull down. All right, next we're going to do a little back and chest stretch. What I have here, I'm using red, green, and yellow, but you can also just use the black one, the strongest resistance band. And what we're going to do, we're just going to grab it about shoulder width apart, and we're going to pull and back, keeping tension on it the whole time. You should feel those pecs. The whole time you want to keep that band stretched. You should also be feeling this in your back. We're going to do a similar exercise to this later on when we're working out the back. So let's give it a few more tugs here. Two more. All right, next I'm going to drop the band on the ground. We're going to stretch the lower back. Plus, this is just a good exercise in general. We're going to do this for 30 seconds, nice and slow. I'm going to set the timer here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to step on the band. Again, I'm using the same colors here. You could probably go a little heavier because your back is a big muscle. And what I'm going to do is just grab the bands right here, and I'm going to sit up, down, and up. You can do this anchored, but I think the feet work just as well. Plus, you can adjust how much resistance you get. So if I bring my feet closer It's obviously much easier and I can go further back. If I widen them, this is where it gets a little bit tougher. So whatever works for you, let's do this for about 30 seconds, nice and slow. Five more seconds. All right, and rest. So there's just some basic stretches. We did chest, we did back, we did some triceps. Our next exercises are actually going to lead us into stretching the lower body. We're going to start off with the legs here since we didn't get to the legs last week. So that's my anchor, that big pillar there that you see. And I'm actually going to take a different angle to this. All right. So if everyone can grab their foot cuffs, I'll give you all a minute. This is what you want, this piece, and we're going to hook them around our ankles. So if you want to get that ready, and what band I'm using the blue one, which is a medium to heavier resistance band. And that's the only one I'm going to need for this one, because you really don't want too much weight on what we're going to be doing here. For the first exercise, I'm just going to sit back here. So this is what I'm looking like sitting down. If you're standing up, it's the same thing. You want the bands behind you around your anchor. And it's going to be a very simple motion here. We're going to be working our quads. You know, the hip flexors are involved here, and we're just going to be doing this motion. It's like a kicking motion. This is what it looks like standing up. Feel free to hold on to something. So that's what we're going to be doing right here. And you should feel this big muscle right here doing all the work. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to do it seated just to demonstrate. And we're going to do these for about, let's do 30 seconds each leg. I'm going to start off with the right. Feel free to just work one leg more than the other if that's what you want to work on to develop strength. It's up to you. So here we go and begin. My chair, I have a little stool, so I'm getting a little foot drag. If you're standing up, you probably won't be getting any foot drag. Those of you seated, it's going to depend on what you're sitting on. Also, feel free to increase resistance if it's too light. This is more of a warm-up and stretch, but if you do a lot of repetitions, you're really going to feel that muscle. All right, one more. Now I'm going to switch to the other leg. So I already feel that. That was pretty minimal resistance, and it's working this quad pretty well. So here we go. I'm going to do this one standing up just to show some variety. Let's do a few more here, 3 more. All right, and rest. Next, I'm going to let you choose unhook just one of them, whichever one you choose. I'm going to unhook my left because we're going to single out each leg for the next exercises. We're going to start first with doing an abductor stretch. So this is just the movement we're going to be doing right here. I'm holding the band, the other one that I unhooked. But what you can also do with that one is hook it up to the same leg that's already attached. Now you've added a lot more resistance. So that's a way you can get more or less resistance. And this is the move we're going to do. You can do this seated as well. This is the abductor. You're going to feel your hip flexor, really good exercise to stretch. So let's do this, everyone. We're going to do 30 seconds on a clock, then we're going to do the abductor, or the adductor, I should say. So here we go. You definitely don't want too much resistance on this one. I probably should have went a little bit lighter. Let's do one more. Then we're going to rotate. I'm just going to flip my chair around, and we're going to go the other way. Now we're going to do the adductor. So you're pulling in. You're pulling that leg in. Here we go. Let's do 30 seconds and begin. Ten more seconds to go here. One more. All right. Good job. Let's switch. We're going to switch to the other leg and do the exact same thing. And then we're going to do our last leg exercise. It's going to work the hamstrings. Then we're going to move on to core. Here we go. I'm going to wrap it around the left. All right. So we're going to start with the abductor going away. Let's do 30 seconds and begin. You always want to have a little bit of tension on that, even at the very end. Let's do 3 more. And the last one. All right. And now the adductor of the other leg. So we're bringing it in towards the other leg. And 30 seconds on the clock, and let's begin. I'm going to show this one standing up. So you just want to go to about your other leg if you can, or just past your hip. Halfway there. Let's do 3 more. And last one. All right. I'm going to ask everyone for the last exercise to put both cuffs on. And this is going to be a hamstring exercise. Again, I'm keeping the same band that I've been using. It's the blue band, so like a blue or green. Should be pretty good for what we're doing here. And we're going to face our object this time. So we're going to face our object. If you're seated, I want you to move your chair so you have a good amount of stretch in that band and good resistance. And all we're going to do, we're going to be pulling it. So I actually need a little bit more. That was a little easy. I might recommend using the heaviest band on this one or the second heaviest, because this is the motion we want to do. And we're going to go one leg at a time, just because it's a little bit difficult to, if you can balance and do both, that's fine. I have to hold down here in order to do that. But if you're standing, you're not going to be able to do this, obviously, unless you can fly. So this is what we're going to do, hamstring curls. So let's get 30 seconds on the clock here. I'm going to go one leg at a time and begin.
You couldn't go out far?
Go drive.
You like
About halfway there. Let's do 3 more. 1 more. All right, switch legs if you'd like. And let's go, another 30 seconds and begin. Halfway there. And 3 more. 1 more. All right. Since we're already in this position, I wasn't going to do this, but I'll just show it to you because we're already, most of us are probably hooked up. If you want to work this hamstring and your glutes too, this is a good exercise. Straight leg, just lift it back as far as you can. And that's going to be working this upper side here, hamstring and the glute. Real good exercise. Just keep that leg straight and take it back as far as you can. All right, but you guys can do that on your own time. We're going to move on. I'm going to show you 3 core exercises real quick, and then we're going to get up to our upper body. So let me turn this around. All right, I'm going to use this little anchor here that I have, just because I don't want to take apart my other anchor, and I like the resistance on this. So what we're going to do here, these are going to be lateral bends. So I'm just holding both sides of the band in a seated position, and I'm going laterally, moving right, just moving to one side right now. So if you could please set something up for yourselves, a good resistance. This is the heaviest one, and it's not that much resistance. So the black, blue, or green should be fine for this. We're going to do these for about 30 seconds. So I'll give you all a few seconds here, and then we'll get going. I'll start the timer. All right, and here we go. So I'm doing the left side first, and we're just moving laterally. If you're doing the standing up, this is all you're going to be doing. You're going to be reaching for that other knee or past if you're very flexible. And here we go. This is working the obliques. Halfway there. Two more. All right, and let's switch. I'm just gonna turn around. Same thing. Ready, and begin. Halfway there. Three more. All right, and rest. I recommend doing at least 3 sets of those because the resistance really isn't too much. So really to get some effects, multiple sets are advised for that move. Next, I'm going to show you another seated or laying on the ground exercise I really enjoy for the abs. It works really well seated. But what I'm going to do is just attach my foot cuffs. You can do 2 legs at a time, or you can do 1 at a time. It's up to you. I prefer doing 1 just because it's easier to balance for me. So what I'm going to do is get some tension. And you don't want to rest on your chair back. So you want to go up front. And then you're bringing in that leg. I'm going to go back just a little further. This is what it would look like with both legs. So you have to balance and you're pulling in. It's like a reverse crunch with resistance. So if you really want a good ab workout, this is great. Again, you could do 1 leg at a time. And the variation to this would be laying on the ground, doing a reverse crunch. This works the lower abs very well. So here we go. Let's do 30 seconds on the clock. And then we're going to move on to the upper body. Here we go. I'm going to do 2 at a time. And begin. Halfway there. Ooh, this is a good one. This one hurts a little bit. Three more. 1 more. All right. Ooh, that's good, especially if you're balancing like that and doing 2 legs at a time. That's really excellent and isolates the core well. All right, so here we go. On to the upper body. We're going to do our back first. These next exercises are great with the low anchor and really work everything you need to in the back and in the chest. So I have my red, green, yellow band for this. I may adjust depending on the difficulty, but I think this is going to be pretty good resistance. So if everyone can go to their low anchor, this is my low anchor. And we're going to do 3 different back exercises. Hit the low, the middle, and the upper back here. So our first one, underhand grip. And I'm going to pull towards my waist down here, towards the hips, I should say. And this is all we're going to do, this movement. And we're going to do these for 45 seconds each. So here we go. Underhand grip and begin. Nice and easy. Halfway there. Standing up, it's just going to look like this. 3 more. All right, and rest. Short rest, and we're going to move right on into our next one. Our next one is going to target the mid back, and we're going to do a prone grip. So just like this. Palms facing in each other, and we're just going to pull towards the middle of the back. Adjust your resistance, push your chair back, move your stance back. This is what we're going to do, a row motion right in the middle of the back and pinch at the end. So here we go, 45 seconds on the clock, and begin. Ten more seconds. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. All right. And rest real quick, 10-second breather. Then we're going to move high. We're going to work the top of the back and a little bit of your traps too. So for the next motion, you want your palms down, and we're going to be pulling up towards our mouth. Just like that. So here we go, 45 seconds on the clock, and begin. Halfway there. Ten seconds. Two more. All right. Ooh. I definitely feel that one. I hope everyone else can feel that too. All right, next, all we're gonna do is switch our chair around. If you're in a chair, I'm gonna move it right by the anchor point, and my back is gonna face the anchor point. We're gonna be working our chest here. So our first exercise, we're gonna do an incline press. So for this one, we're gonna be pushing this way. Out and up. I have this type of grip, and this is gonna prevent the bands from rubbing. They might touch you a little bit, but they're not gonna rub much. So if we can all get into this position, we're gonna do this for 45 seconds. If you're standing, that's what you're gonna be doing. I think this actually works better seated. All right, here we go. Halfway there. 10 seconds to go. Do 2 more. 1 and 2. All right. Ooh, it feels nice. Now we're going to work our way down. So now we're going to go to basically a chest press with a prone grip. So the grip that works the best for me on this one is your thumb around the handle, just like this. The band should be under your armpits. That way you're not getting any interference, and this is the motion we're doing. So here we go. We'll start in about 5 seconds and begin. I like to put a little bit of forward lean in this because I always want to have that tension on the bands as much as I can. Halfway there. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Whew. Getting a little tired here, getting a little sore. Our last chest exercise, we're going to do an underhand grip. So if you can see that, it's in my palm. The band is going to be underneath. And we're going to do a move that's kind of like serving a dish. Just like that. And you should feel that right in here, lower pecs. So let's get 45 seconds on the clock, and here we go. Nice and easy, staying low, right around your belly button or lower. And we're just going out front. You should feel this in your shoulders too. Halfway there. Do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whew. That one burns. It's got a nice burn to it. All right. Well, that's it for our chest portion. We're going to move on to shoulders and traps. Here, the first exercise is called the face pull. I'm just going to use a blue band with no handles, nothing. So I'm going to take this. You're going to wrap it around your anchor point. I'm going to grab it just underneath the hooks here. And I'm going to do this motion, pulling towards my mouth. It's similar to what we did with the back exercise, but we have a different grip. So here we go. We're going to do this for 45 seconds and begin. This is going to work your traps a little bit more than the other one. You're pulling all the way back. Try to pull past your face. Halfway there. Do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. All right. That one also burns. That's nice. Next, we're going to do some upright rows. For this one, I recommend those of you that have a really low anchor, keep it there. I'm just taking these off because my anchor point's slightly higher than I'd like it to be. I want to do this pulling up motion. So what I'm going to do is just step on the bands with a wide stance and I'm pulling up, straight up, just like this. If you want to stand and do it, same thing. That's what you want to do right here. But again, you could do this with your anchor. If you have an anchor, you don't need to use your feet as an anchor. I'm just doing it because of what I'm using here. It's not ideal. So here we go. Upright rows and begin. You want to pull all the way up to your shoulders. I'm still using that same amount of weight as I've been using for the last exercises. It's basically the 3 lowest bands, the easiest ones to stretch. Halfway there. Five more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Good job. I'm going to go back to wrapping. The bands are on the anchor for the next exercises. We're going to work our biceps and triceps. We have about 5 minutes left. So we're going to go through these a little bit faster, but I think we can get them done here. So first exercise, the low anchors are going to work better than what I have here. It's meant to be used on a low anchor. We're just going to sit facing it or stand, wherever you'd like. I'm going to stretch the bands and we're just going to do curls. These are going to be incline curls. So here we go. 45 seconds on the clock and begin. You just want to bend at the elbow. I have my hands really close to each other. Halfway there. About 5 more to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's a really good one. I recommend that exercise. It really works the biceps well. I'm going to switch over to triceps here. So I'm going to reverse the seat. And I'm just going to lift my arms like this, both handles together behind my head. And this is the motion we're going to do. You always want to have nice tension in this all the way through. So that's my sweet spot right here. So here we go. 45 seconds on the clock. We're almost done, guys. Let's finish strong. Got a little tangled. All right, and begin. These are overhead extensions. Fifteen seconds ago. Three more. 1, 2, and 3. All right, I'm going to show you one more real quick. It's a really easy one to do in a seated or standing position. I'm just going to grab, I have a blue band here. I'm actually going to grab the black band. The blue band's a little bit easier. You're probably going to want some more resistance. But all we're going to do here is do this kind of upside down field goal looking position. And we're just going to stretch. Do this. You should really feel the tris working here. So once again, I'm gripping slightly over shoulder length, flipping my arms, and doing one of these here. It's like doing a dual dumbbell kickback here. So here we go. Last exercise of the day. Let's finish strong. 45 seconds. Ready and begin. Ooh, these are good. These are burning. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whew. That also is working the shoulders. That one made me sweat a little bit. All right. We survived, I think. So now let's open it up to any questions and comments.